Hey, what up, world? All right, today we're back on our 2K grind. It's been a minute since I've been doing NBA 2K rebuilding and kind of retooling any contenders, let alone some pretty bad teams. But I'm going to jump here onto the Boston Celtics. I'm going to take things going here in Massachusetts. Real quickly, as an overview, I like to go over the Boston Celtics. They're a great dynamic team. You have Jayson Tatum, who is he's an all-star, borderline star player, not a superstar yet, but 22 years of age, about to be 23. He, right in his rookie year when Kyrie and Gordon Hayward were hurt, led his team with Brad Stevens and the young crew to a conference finals game 7 against LeBron James. Crazy amount of experience. I'm excited with the Boston Celtics moving them forward with this situation. The team's very nice. You have some young players, you have some veterans that know their role. I wasn't too crazy about the Kemba Walker signing, but he's proven me wrong because the Celtics are looking to be a conference semis exit as well as possibly a conference finals exit. Who knows about that? I'm not sure if they'll get to the conference finals. I think they'll take the Raptors in a close game 7 in the semis. Jaylen Brown, he's been progressing. This team has had a very nice starting young core with Tatum, Brown, and Smart. They did add Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward 2 years back, which really hindered the process of them growing together, especially that second season on Kyrie's take whenever he was healthy. Kind of a forced situation. They were a championship contender, but since Kyrie Irving left and Kyrie kind of wants to play his own way. He doesn't like to play an offensive team system. But now, since he's gone, the team's back into that Brad Stevens system, and we've seen with Kevin Walker, he's more humble. He knows how to play in a team role. Plus, he's looking to be in the playoffs on a contender. He signed with them. He understood the process, but kind of enough talk with this team. The role players on the bench, I'm not crazy about. I'm especially going to retool for this offseason. I definitely want to keep Kemba Walker, Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, and then Marcus Smart as my 4 players. Of course, 3 of these starting. After this season, I want to move Jayson Tatum back to the small forward position. I think this is a natural fit and selection for him throughout his game. He's more craftier around 6'8", 208, so he's craftier, a little lengthy in that way. But since we have Gordon Hayward on his last contract season as of right now, we're going to keep the starting 5 as it is. I'm not going to add any free agents. I'm going to keep this team as it is. I think this team will probably lose in the second round in real life, let alone here in the playoffs. We'll probably... knowing 2K, you'll probably go to the conference finals or lose in the second round. But as we're simulating the rest of this season, kind of my expectations for next offseason, since we're probably going to lose in the second round or conference finals, I want to keep this as realistic as possible. That's what I like to do as with these 2K rebuilds. I don't like just to go on the trade finder and find, a medium player and find for a star for him. I want to keep it realistic as, putting on my GM hats. When it comes to the Celtics, again, I want to keep a starting lineup of Kemba Walker, point guard, Jaylen Brown at the shooting guard position, and then I want to move Jayson Tatum to the 3. So I already got my backcourt set. I already got my small forward. Now I got to look at my front court. I don't want to bring Gordon Hayward back. I may have to look into the bird rights, looking more technical. If that's the case, I'll bring him back. I'm not sure if the Celtics actually have bird rights on him. Since he left the Utah Jazz. I don't think that's the case, but we'll check with 2K. If that's not the case, I'll let him walk. And I'm actually going to trade the rest of my bench. Besides Marcus Smart, I want to keep him on the team. Kind of looking if I want to pair another quote-unquote star or another player to fit the 4 or 5 position. I think with Jayson Tatum being the number 1 option, we're definitely going to have the Brad Stevens system to where he's going to average at least 27 points next season. I think he can crank it up to around 30. Kemba Walker is a great second option, and Jaylen Brown as well. So I want to find a 4 and 5 who aren't stars, not really, ball dominant players that demand the rock a lot. So actually, I'm looking to bring in. I have a name in mind. I want to bring in Steven Adams. The Thunder are trying to ship him off on the Thunder. They're also trying to rebuild, probably going to let go of Chris Paul. So I know there's been trade talks of Steven Adams. So I actually believe he'll be a great fit with his team needs. A veteran who's been to the conference finals and in the playoffs. He's 7 feet. This guy's bulky, at least 250. He's one of the great centers when it comes to in the NBA. Okay, so looks here, we lost to the Orlando Magic in the first round. Okay, cool. But, whatever it is, what it is. I'm actually looking towards the next season. But I want to bring in Steven Adams at the 5. I know he probably has a year, I think 2 to 3 years on his contract. Each year is probably going to be $25 million. I'm cool eating that up. We have Jayson Tatum, who has around $7 million a year on one of his rookie younger deals, which we're cool with. At a power forward position, maybe want to bring in like a Markieff Morris, kind of a 3-and-D, heftier defensive player when it comes to it. But let's jump here. Staff signing, going to keep everything pretty much the same. We have Brad Stevens in the mix, and everyone else is all cool. Let's actually look at our draft picks. Danny Ainge has worked his magic in the past, but let's see what we got here. So the 14th pick and the 27th and the 28th. So when I actually want to do this, I actually want to get a young cat when it comes here. So 14, 27, 28. Actually see if I can move it up to, let's just say like a top 8, because I don't want to bungle a bunch of young players. I want to bring it all together. So I'm going to take these 3 rounders. Let's see if I can actually go for, let's just say top 6. I think that's more realistic. Okay, so with the Detroit Pistons, let's see if they'll actually make this trade happen. No, that's not the case. Let's see. Well, we're going to be a contender in 2021, so let's just throw them another first round. They accept it. Realistically, I mean, this may be the case because the Pistons have Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin, so they probably don't want a young stud as of right now. Who knows? They have terrible management. I can care less. So we have a top 6 pick. Everything's all cleared out. So let's jump into the NBA draft and see who we can find. If James Wiseman falls all the way down, I'll probably just pick him instead of going with Steven Adams. But let's see who's picked here as of right now. LaMelo Ball is on the Knicks. Hey, congrats to them. So James Wiseman probably been picked up. Actually, I want to see real quickly who we can actually find if we can trade him off when it comes to here. Just real quickly, see if we can get a young stud. So the Hornets, that's not a bad pick. Miles Bridges and Malik Monk. We're keeping this team young. Mitchell Robinson. No, I think the Knicks would actually keep him, and that's the case. Let's see here. I don't really think anything really pops my eye. No, not really at all. So let's see what we got here, if we can make any trades. So Marcus Smart. Actually, I want to keep Marcus Smart, but let's actually see what we can get for this. Let's see if there's actually a trade that can come down for this team here. Okay, that's not realistic. We're not picking LaMelo. Oh, Domantas Sabonis. No, the Pacers aren't going to make that trade when it comes down to it. He's 24 years of age. They're going to run him with Oladipo for a couple of years. Yeah, I'm not going to make a trade. I'm going to keep a... Oh, okay, so James Wiseman is up in the mix. Heck yeah. All right, we're going to pick him to be on the team. I actually... I didn't realize he was down there. All right, cool. So James Wiseman, perfect pick right here. I don't know if I still want to go with Steven Adams or not. Let's see what we can find for the extra cap space. So we actually got Gordon Hayward who accepted, so that's actually a good deal. We really don't need Steven Adams. I can look to make a trade for Gordon Hayward. He's been a great pick for this team for the last season, not the second season, because him and Kyrie was taking away minutes from these young studs. But let's see what we can find here. So I want to bring back Taco Fall, most definitely. Okay, so let's see what we can find. So we got negative 23 million. So let's... I may want to bring Cancer back, but we do have James Wiseman, and we're not going to need him. So I actually want to clear cap space. I really don't want any of these young cats on this team. I want to, regenerate this roster. So let me just go trade them off for some picks. I don't realize these will probably be second rounders, maybe one first round, but we'll just rock it here with 2K real quickly. Okay, so again, either going for Steven Adams on a trade, as well as if not him, then I'm unsure about a power forward, because if we keep James Wiseman, no, I probably want to bring in Steven Adams, to be honest, because I want us to go for a championship right here, right now. I may have to trade James Wiseman to the Thunder. I'm probably going to trade James Wiseman to the Thunder. Listen, with the Celtics, Wiseman would be a great pick for us. I'm actually trying to look to win now as of right now and this next year, so I'm actually going to let that go off. I'm unsure about Daniel Theis, but yeah, let's jump into a trade finder and let's see what we can find for Steven Adams. If not that, then I'll just play around as I usually do within here. So $27 million. He's actually got 1 year left on his contract. We can trade away Gordon Hayward and Daniel Theis, as well as bring in Dennis Schroeder as a backup point guard. I like this trade. With the Thunder, I know they would want to keep Dennis Schroeder, but they actually do have Gallus Alexander, as well as Schroeder's 26 years of age. I think this would be actually, I think this is a great trade when it comes to it. Let me think on the Thunder side. So they're going to get Gordon Hayward and Daniel Theis. No, they're not going to want that. So let me throw them a first round pick. I'll throw them one for 2021, which is theirs. Let me send them James Wiseman. And let's see who else here, if we can find anyone. Man, he's 4 stars. I may want to keep, I'm probably going to have to keep him on this team. But I want to keep this realistic. Let's see if, okay, so they're going to need Gordon Hayward. All right, guys, well, let me play around real quickly, see if I can possibly bring in a third team to make this all work out. And we'll be back here in a second. All right, guys, we are back. Kind of worked away. I told you I was looking for a third team, and man, guys, let me kind of explain this trade scenario. I think this is very nice on each team. So let's just start with the Indiana Pacers. So they're going to give up Miles Turner as well as Jeremy Lamb. Jeremy Lamb's a great role player. Miles Turner, he's been digressing these couple of years. He's been in the league for, I think, 4 or 5 seasons. With Domantas Sabonis emerging as an all-star, they have a terrible net rating of Miles Turner and him both at the same time. So they're probably looking to make a move. They're probably going to get bounced in the first round in the 2020 playoffs. So the Pacers really need to reload. So I'm looking at, they have Malcolm Brogdon, Victor Oladipo, who's healthy. And if they give away Miles Turner, they're going to need a center that doesn't require as much, they need a center to where he can just be like a DeAndre Jordan type. They don't need anyone that requires the ball. They can let Sabonis do his thing. So they give away Miles Turner and Jeremy Lamb. We're actually going to send them Gordon Hayward. I think with the Pacers, they're trying to reach that contending role. And Gordon Hayward, was he 30, 31 years of age, 30 years old. And they actually need a small forward. They're running with, what's the cat's name? TJ Warren. I think he's actually fits better as a 6-man on a team. So I think on their side, they get Malcolm Brogdon, Victor Oladipo, Gordon Hayward, as well as Sabonis, and then they can figure out their starting center in free agency. And I'm also going to send them a first-round pick to be generous and a second-round pick. I think that fits the Pacers' goals as well as our goal because we actually are going to get Steven Adams from the Oklahoma City Thunder. So they're probably going to blow it up. So they're actually going to receive Miles Turner, Jeremy Lamb, 2 young cats. Jeremy Lamb's around 28, so more kind of a veteran, and his deal is about to expire. They're going to get Daniel Theis from us, so they're going to get a young center. A first-round pick. I know Sam Presti loves those, as well as a second-round pick. I think this makes sense for all parties. Kind of let me know what you think, but I definitely wanted Steven Adams, and we did not have to give away James Wiseman in the process, so the deal is done within here. So I'm cool with this. Let me work kind of my magic, and I'll approach what we have for next season. All right, guys, the offseason's over. We're now entering the 2021 NBA season. I think we're a contender right alongside the Milwaukee Bucks as well as the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie and KD. I think we're up in the mix. And then you always have to respect the Sixers depending if they retooled the Raptors and the Heat. But I like our team, the makeup. I like the moves I made. So, again, we kept our core 3, Bikemba, Jaylen Brown, as well as Jayson Tatum. Again, with that trade, we have Steven Adams as the dominant 5 with his team. And then Markieff Morris. He's a great 3-and-D player. He can get hot at sometimes, but catch and shoot, which he doesn't demand the ball as much. So I like the makeup for our starting 5. Definitely is a championship contender, let alone the conference finals. Marcus Smart, perfect 6-man for our team. James Wiseman still kept him, so he's going to get a lot of minutes as alongside Steven Adams to play together. I brought in J.J. Abreu as a backup point guard. I know on the Mavericks they have around 4 point guard positions, and J.J.'s actually can be able to exhibit his championship DNA. I think he'll be perfect alongside this team. Brought back Jeff Green back in the old days. He's on this team. Justin Anderson, a young cat who was on the Mavericks, very underrated, and I think he can fit very nicely on this team. Brought in Etuan Moore. I think he'll be a great either backup shooting guard or being on the third role. I think he fits in more in the Celtics brand. I can just see it. Jonas Jerebko, he used to play with us in the past. Going to bring him back. Torrey Craig, great 3-and-D shooter. Taco Fall, we do have Steven Adams and James Wiseman. I want to see Taco Fall progress and get better. This is going to be his second season, so excited for him to develop. And then I brought Shelvin Mack. He's a great, even though he's not in the season this season, I don't think he was last season as well. There's not that many point guards out in the market, and I need a veteran. And Shelvin Mack kind of reminds me of a Fran VanVleet type role. Of course, Shelvin Mack's kind of way past his prime, quote unquote, if he had a prime. But I like the makeup of this team, and I like the direction that we are going. So let's simulate their end of this regular season and see what we can have. I think we're going to be at least 55 wins. That's what I'm projecting for this team. All right, guys, we're rocking off to a great season, 56-26. Better than what I predicted, over 55 games for this season. So I think we're probably going to finish off around the second or third seed, depending on what. But yeah, I made a couple changes to the team, and we'll kind of jump in here directly. So we're going to be the 7th seed, or the 2nd seed, going against the Hornets. Should be a great round. So again, Jayson Tatum, small forward on this team. I think that's a natural position for him. He did, let's see, he gained his overall to 93. Let's see here. So I brought in TJ McConnell. I think he was a better fit than JJ Barea. Had to give around a first pick. No deal about it. The Pacers took it and ate it up. I think TJ McConnell fit very, very nicely on this team with Brad Stevens. Let's see what else we got. Each one more is injured. I brought in Jeremy Grant as well. I let go of Jeff Green. I forgot another player left as well. Threw around another first-round pick. Jeremy Grant will be a great addition to this team as a stretch 4 defensive player. Let's see, Markieff Morris is filling that role, kind of like a Marcus Morris back in 2018 on this team. And James Wiseman growing very nicely. So we can kind of determine this offseason if we want to keep Steven Adams or see how things go. But I like the team. Again, this is a championship team written all over it. I like the additions that I did make. So, playoff time. Let's actually see what happens here. I'm very curious if we play the Philadelphia 76ers in the second round, how that's going to work out. I think we do have the favor when it comes to it. But let's see if we can take out the Hornets and then face off Philly. Okay, so the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets are out. So, guys, the door is open for us, as well as the Lakers are out in the first round. Let's bring home a victory here. Go against the 76ers. Hopefully, we can play against the Washington Wizards. Guys, we're going to go straight to the NBA Finals. Okay, guys, so we got the Clippers and Mavericks, Boston Celtics, and the Wizards. This should be an easy sweep for us. I'm feeling really good right now how we can get to the finals, and we're going to go against the Clippers. All right, guys, here's money time. So let's see, there's no injuries as of right now, besides James Wiseman. He's out 1 to 2 weeks, so that's bad here for starting center or for a backup center on this team. Taco Fall I may have to give him some minutes depending on which. Let's see if there's any injuries for the Clippers. All right, guys, Kawhi Leonard is out for the season. And when it comes to playoff Pete, as Skip Bayless would call him, George Paul, I doubt he can lead their team to a finals win. I'm surprised, let alone they beat who did they beat? The Dallas Mavericks. So, guys, they have Paul George out. We have James Wiseman. I'm feeling good about our chances when it comes to this. And that's not the case. So, Paul George is doing his thing. I'm probably going to have to give some minutes to Wiseman. Probably going to have to let Etwan Moore down a little bit. Same thing with TJ McConnell. I don't need him as my 6th man. I need Marcus. Make some quick moves real quickly here. Bring in, I need Taco Fall. I need Taco to save the day. This is wild. Okay, if we can win 4 out of the next 5, we should be golden. Tatum, have to rack him up on some minutes. Same thing with Jaylen Brown and the crew. All right, guys, let's see what we can have here. And this is without Kawhi Leonard, which kind of baffles me. I will jump in if necessary, but I think our team should be able to knock it off. I trust them. All right, we got the Celtics. Good here. All right, guys, game number 4. What happens in the finals? And this could be a possible finals matchup in the next 2 to 3 seasons. All right, guys, we tied it 2-2. I actually think the Celtics were going to do our thing. I don't believe in playoff Pete unless they're playing at home. Man, demolishing us. Wow, 60 points. How many points did he score? 22. So we got waxed by Lou Will. Okay. All right, guys, back at home. Hopefully we can force a game 7 and take us back home here. Let's see what happens against the Celtics and the Clippers. within this series. We are looking good. All right, Game 7, all in the money. I'm not going to do another video for another season after this. We're going straight forward for the championship. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can be able to take out the Clippers. I'm definitely jumping in. This is going out in the fourth. Okay, looks good. 101.98. All right, guys, I'm jumping in. Game 7 on the line, guys. Down by 1 against the Clippers. Okay, playoff P coming back in action. 28 seconds left, guys. Oh, man, win or go home. This is crazy. I got to take it on to Jayson Tatum. Take him in. I got to go ISO. Pull up the 3. That's a terrible shot. Tatum, what are you doing? All right, no worries. Down by 1 against the Clippers. I rushed that shot. No worries about it. But, guys, hopefully we can be able to hit a 3 with Tatum. Probably take this to overtime and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to run with it. 12 seconds left. Down by 3. I'm either going with Kemba Walker as well as I'm going to go with Jayson Tatum. Probably get a redemption shot, if anything. Pull up with Kemba. Easy 3. Money. Let's go! 104. Oh, man, we need to win this championship. Jaylen Brown's actually fouled out of this game right now. So we're actually going to kick it off as of right here. Jayson Tatum, take us back home. We need a defensive stop. If Paul George hits his 3, guys, I'm going to have to give him credit because there's no Kawhi Leonard in the series. And I'm very surprised we actually won 7 here. No way, Paul George, no way. Oh! Okay, we're going to kick it off to overtime. I'll let you guys know what happens here at the end. All right, guys, championship is looking like it's going us here with the Boston Celtics. Let's see if the Clippers can actually come back and anything. Oh, wow, that was crazy. We almost lost the game in the fourth quarter. I'm just going to run down the clock right here. But we are looking good to win the NBA championship. And that's what's up whenever it comes to us. Successful rebuild, guys, and retooling the Boston Celtics won the championship. Jayson Tatum, Finals MVP. I didn't expect us to win the championship the first season. I knew we'd be in the conference finals, maybe the finals. I was expecting the next season to jump into it, but hey, I mean, with the Milwaukee Bucks, the Nets losing the first round, as well as Kawhi Leonard being hurt with the Clippers, that actually, even though we were down 0-2, we actually won 4 of the last 5. Paul George came up short at the very end. He had some great performances, but hey, that's the retool here at the Celtics.